Traveling to other worlds is all that anyone seems to be writing about these days. Goodness knows what they find so disappointing about their own world. Personally, I think the idea of things staying the same forever is quite beautiful. But alas, that is simply not the way the world works. Most humans
Alright.
could have the
How's
entirety
everybody
of their
doing today?
fleeting lives chronicled
Good?
in but a few short
Cool.
lines.
Came
Their
back from my
stories
anime
really make
convention
for
today, so
terribly
I
dull
had a
reading.
lot of fun. Saw a lot of people cosplaying, dude. It was so fun. I even got up on stage and played Smash Brothers. They had a not a booth, but literally a thing on stage. Two or three TVs up and everything. And I played a round of Smash Ultimate. First time ever playing it. Did absolutely horrible. Just say that playing Lucario and Ness feels completely different than it did in fucking Brawl. Albeit Brawl was kind of like it was way different than it is now. Much different. Yeah, other than that, did a lot of farming. I think right now, yep, got her. She's ready to go level 70 now. She is level 70. She's ready to go level 70. And my Freminet's also level 70. Both my DPS are level 70 right now. Although for some reason, yeah, someone said I probably should be upgrading his elemental mastery because of Shatter. Because I do that a lot with him. Honestly, I really should. Yeah, that's my fault. Because I didn't realize fucking Shatter was considered a elemental reaction. So now I have to go and fucking adjust my build to include elemental mastery in it. So that's fun. Honestly, I'm thinking about giving him collays because I'm not. I think since I have Traveler to a point where I can use, I probably won't need collay anymore. Just put it like that, plain and simple. I will not need collay. But the thing is, I gotta figure out what I need to switch around because I can't get rid of this. Be real with you, I kind of want this. I can't get rid of it anyway. Yeah, but no, I'm definitely gonna put this on him. Like, it's weird having elemental mastery. Because it doesn't say that it's a recommended, but Shatter is a fucking, what you call it. So I'm just curious as to what it would do if I add elemental mastery to him. And we're about to find out. I didn't realize this was crit rate. That's actually good. Wow. A bit of a bind here, because, alright, so... I need to increase that, but I don't have one to increase that, so... Yeah, that on him. I can't get rid of that. Just upgrade this for now. Oh my god. Okay, that one sucks, but hey, if it upgrades the other two, yeah. Great. Well, now I can't get rid of that. I can't get rid of that. But if I do end up getting something better, then I might use it. And this one sucks also, but I have no choice. I have to use it. Yeah, both of these suck. I mean, what am I looking like? Not bad, honestly. He just loses out on attack, I think. He still has 13, so he hasn't lost anything. All right, let's go and head back to Inazuma. Not Inazuma. Sumeru. Go ahead and finish this up. Oh, funny thing. So the other remember when I exited out, quit the game last? Yeah, I completely quit out, and I was right here at the shrine. Ended up going immediately into a cutscene because of the anecdote thing, and I was on this character, which is funny because it was a fucking event for her. It was an anecdote for her, which was very funny. I was like, wait, what? What's going on? Why is this voiced all of a sudden? It was just a weird happenstance. Alright, let's go ahead and head over here to Sumeru. Heads up, I've been using this team a lot because it just gets rid of people so fast. I love it. Alright.
You're actually Nahida, aren't you? Paimon felt like Catherine was acting weird when we met at the Sub-Zero's festival. And Dunyarzad, did you save her? It's a really long story. We shouldn't disturb her. Her consciousness is still weakened. Let's chat somewhere else.
Dunyarzad, your god's right in front of you.
How
Gotta
about
say
by
something.
the traveler's favorite bench?
Why do you know about that bench? I never told you about that bench. She knows about the bench, chat. Oh no. Yeah, no. I need to start grabbing every single sweet flower I see. Cause I need sweet flowers. Badly. I was checking my fucking and I had like 44 sweet flowers. And I'm already in Sumeru. I should have way more than this.
Let's talk about Dunyarzad first. It's such a relief that she's alright. After we parted on the last day of the Sub-Zero's festival, I left the city and saw what the traveler had described. Among the countless dreams, I found one that was growing fainter and fainter. This proved my suspicion. Once Dunyarzad could no longer bear the Akasha harvesting her dreams, her consciousness began to dissipate. But this also meant it escaped the Akasha's control. Such a small fragment of consciousness can't last for very long, though. It will return to its original dream, where both will gradually fade until they completely disappear. I used all the power I had to keep her dying dream alive as long as possible. But it still wouldn't have lasted for much longer if it hadn't been for you two breaking the samsara.
Ah yes, we ended Groundhog Day and saved a life.
In the end. Not a moment too soon.
A very happy ending.
Why are you two smiling so happily? I thought you'd be so moved that you'd start crying. I need to spend more time observing human emotions.
Don't worry about it.
Both are fine. Everyone reacts differently.
Men don't
right.
cry.
You two must have a lot of other questions for me, right? After all, you saved my faithful believer. As your reward, I will answer any and all questions.
Okay, well, question number 1. Why do you look like a child? Oh wait. Wrong questions. Yeah, in the dream.
At the Avidia forest, there was this incense that made the traveler fall unconscious and dream of a huge tree and a red sky. You also heard someone's voice, right? It said world and forget me.
I thought it was a forget-me-not, but
so
no.
you do know! We've been wanting to ask you what that was about, and if the red sky was related to Conria. It seems like the traveler established a connection to Irminsul. That was a message left by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's residual consciousness in Irminsul. Perhaps her last memory before she died. As you two probably know, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata disappeared after the disaster in Conria. The timings of these events do line up, so your suspicions are reasonable. A message from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? We thought it was from King Deshret. King Deshret? That god who died even longer ago? Some present-day desert dwellers still worship him. You probably just heard some of their conspiracies. Okay,
Silly
so
conspirators.
what does the message mean? I still haven't managed to decipher it. Even the Akasha isn't currently capable of doing that. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's residual consciousness in Irminsul seems to be contaminated with something that has a very dangerous aura to it.
Oh no.
Many devoted scholars go mad as soon as they connect their consciousness. I've warned the academia about this many times, but people still keep falling victim to it. But I believe this is the key to saving Irminsul. That's why I've kept trying to decipher it. So the tree in the vision was Irminsul? Oh, Tainari also said that Irminsul is sick! Is it because of the contaminated consciousness? But even if you can't figure out what that vision was all about, it seems like our search for you was all in vain. The traveler wasn't affected after coming in contact with that consciousness. I've never seen anyone like that. With you here, we may have a chance at deciphering it.
You say I could have went mad?
We must decipher its
that?
secrets. I've already eliminated all other factors that might affect Irminsul. This is the only one left. This puzzle
Saying
has
I coulda
life
went
and death
mad.
at stake. It could determine Irminsul's fate, as well as Tevat's.
I'm sorry. You said something about me being able to survive. You saying I could have went mad? So why do you look like
To be
Catherine?
accurate, I'm using the Akasha as a medium to occupy Catherine's consciousness. How did you do that? Poor Catherine. Does this mean you can also occupy other people's consciousnesses? Theoretically, I can enter anyone's mind as long as they're wearing their Akasha terminal. The Akasha is the legacy of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. As Lesser Lord Kusanali and the first Akasha terminal, my consciousness has always been linked to the Akasha. I've always respected my people's free will, so I've never actually occupied their consciousness. When necessary, I just borrow this bionic Snezhnayan puppet.
Yep.
Hold on. Did we just learn some deep, dark secret? So Catherine is...
Yeah.
No wonder Paimon felt something was off about her. What about your own body? Why do you need to borrow other people's? Don't you live in the sanctuary of Surasthana? That story begins a long time ago. After Greater Lord Rukkhadevata disappeared, the sages found my newly born self and took me back to Sumeru. At that time, I was young and weak. The sages kept me in the sanctuary of Surasthana, ostensibly for the sake of protecting me. But I've hardly heard from them since. However, I do understand that they had hoped to find Greater Lord Rukkhadevata instead of me, a symbol of her passing. So, the sages basically put their new Archon under house arrest? How dare they! Why don't you teach them a lesson, Nahida? In some ways, they aren't wrong. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was omniscient and omnipotent. Even after her death, the Akasha is still empowering this nation. And I'm still really far away from being able to call myself the God of Wisdom. Moreover,
I mean, you're pretty
the Academia
wise
is
already.
also more proficient at governing this country.
I don't know about that.
You got a
They
lot
did
of
just
believers.
imprison an
Just look at
entire
the Sub-Zero's
fucking
festival.
city.
Everyone who showed up truly loves you.
We
Thank
just
you for
ignore the
kind
fact
words.
that they imprisoned
I
an
honestly
entire
don't need
fucking
physical freedom
city
as long as I can
and
connect
use
my
them
consciousness
as
to the Akasha.
lab rats. But they're great
Trying to
governing.
find
They're
a way
great
to
at
save
governing
Irwin
the
Soul
people.
is my life's mission and top priority. I will work on that and try to live up to being a deity in the meantime. Every once in a while, I will also take up the duties of the God of Wisdom and enlighten a lost soul here and there. Doing all that should be enough.
Alright, so this sage of ours.
There's never been any big problems with the Academia's governance of Sumeru. This is the first time I've seen them step out of line. I wonder what caused them to go down this path and what they hope to achieve.
I bet
Even
it was
though
the
city's
Fatui.
residents haven't noticed anything strange, if the Traveler hadn't broken the Sub-Zero Samsara, the situation could have become dire. I tried to do some investigating in the Akasha, but I couldn't find anything suspicious. And all the people of interest seem to purposely avoid wearing their Akasha terminals. I think they're deliberately trying to hide something. Oh, that reminds Paimon. In Gandharvaville, there was a sage who had invited Tainari to join some kind of project. Could it be related? Regardless, I need to first investigate the sage's motives, make things right, and punish them if needed. But I'll have to be discreet, or they'll see me coming.
Yep. Bunch of P words. Wanting to see a little girl coming. Why am I talking like this?
You mean how the
next
Akasha
question.
stops you from having dreams? Yeah, it's been such a long time. No one's noticed something's up? It's not that no one noticed. It's more like no one cared. Ultimately, it's all rooted in the sage's misdirection. Misdirection? The sage has convinced everyone to believe that being unable to dream is a sign of rationality and wisdom. Not dreaming is a badge of honor in Sumeru. Even if the truth is that their dreams are being reaped by the Akasha. With their propaganda in place, the sages can maximize their use of the Akasha to facilitate their research. Besides, Greater Lord Rukadevata must have created the Akasha in the hopes that it could be used to its full potential. That's why I've never come out strongly against this. Anyway, the perspective advocated by the sages drowned out any voices of doubt. By now, even those who never use Akasha terminals find it too shameful and embarrassing to talk about their dreams.
Okay, well that was the last
Got
question.
it. I hope my answers were satisfactory, seekers of knowledge. To be honest, maintaining Dunyarzad's fading dream took a lot of mental energy. I think I may need to rest for a while. Oh, and you don't need to worry too much about the sage's activities for now. The Akasha won't be able to conduct another project on the scale of the Sub-Zero Samsara in the immediate future. Go and get some sleep. Leave everything to us.
Yep.
What a relief. This is truly the most exhausting birthday I've ever had.
Traveler? Paimon? Why am I here? Do either of you know?
Shut up, puppet.
Maybe
I'm
you
sorry.
were sleepwalking. You know you can't wake up a sleepwalker. We happened to walk by, so we thought we'd wait for you to wake up.
I see.
You're a terrible liar.
I should visit my maintenance personnel sometime. Oh, I'm fine. I better go. Thank you.
Maintenance. Later, puppet.
We've spent quite some time in Sumeru City.
Oh, sorry.
Ever since we last said goodbye to Lesser Lord Kusanali, we haven't heard anything from her.
And just like that, I could start the next
We can't
chapter.
just keep waiting around like this. Let's go find Catherine and pick up some work so we can at least keep ourselves busy.
Yo, Catherine. Catherine, you can't be staring at birds.
Ad Astra Avisask. We meet again, you two.
Hi, Catherine. Do you have any commissions for us today?
Commissions, huh? Let me think. Oh, how about this? Please attend the Academia's Academic Symposium this afternoon and recite a love poem on stage.
Wait, say what now?
And if possible, please also use your camera to capture the reaction of the audience upon finishing the poem.
Huh? What kind of commission is that?
I see. It appears that you're not interested in this commission.
Alright, Nahida, you can stop joking
In that
around
case,
now.
please go to Port Ormos and convince the Eremites there to spend some time volunteering at the local orphanage.
Hey, that's not any better.
I'm sure the mercenaries will have some interesting reactions as well.
Paimon's gotta ask. Just who exactly has been submitting these commissions to the Adventurers Guild?
Oh, the commissioner? Well, actually, I just wanted to see the two of you in action.
Was it so obvious? I was hoping you would actually take one of those commissions. That kind of chance to observe humans doesn't come by often. Ah, so it's Nahida. Paimon just
It
knew
took you a
Catherine
minute.
wouldn't crack those kinds of jokes. When did you get into her head? From when she said, Ad Astra Abisask. So it's been you this whole time?
Yep. Even I can
Are you
tell.
done resting up, Nahida? Yes. I've been sleeping ever since we parted ways. And I even had
Yeah,
a really,
like
really
5
long
minutes.
dream.
5 minutes ago. Crazy. Bro, she had 5 minutes of sleep and now she's good to go. Let's go.
It was another dream about the Sub-Zero's festival, except it was a happy one. In my dream, I was sitting in the middle of the flower
Almost all my dreams are
and
happy.
everyone in Sumeru City was holding hands as they danced in circles around me. They danced round and round, and everyone looked really happy. I also got to sit on a gigantic flower carriage. Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, raised me really, really high above the ground, and I was throwing an endless amount of Yalda candies at the children. You know, Nahida,
Chuck 'em.
maybe your dream is how the
Take the
Sub-Zero's
children.
festival really
Wait.
should be.
Hit
It's
the
meant
children
to be
with
a
the
joyous
candy.
time where everyone gets together to celebrate your birthday. Huh?
I need to stop with these jokes.
Wasn't I describing a really happy dream? Why are you both looking at me like that? Wait, could this be an example of the emotion known as pity? No, we aren't pitying you. That would only make everything worse. We just don't want you to feel too sad. By the way, have you had a chance to visit Dunyarzad? How's she doing? The Homiyanis haven't allowed any visitors after the festival, so we haven't been able to check on her. Yes, I paid her a visit right after I woke up. She was resting at the time. Her condition is stabilized. However, since Elazar is a manifestation of the withering on the human body, we can only cure it by finding a way to take care of Irminsul's own withering. But for the moment, our top focus should still be figuring out what the sages are up to and what they're planning.
Yes.
Right. Who knows what'll happen if they manage to pull off another scheme like the Samsara of the Sub-Zero's festival. So our first priority should be investigating and putting a stop to the sages' activities. As for how we should pull that off, let's discuss it somewhere else. There are too many adventurers around here. Oh, good point. Sorry, adventurers. We're gonna be borrowing Catherine for a little while.
Why you have to look like that? You what?
Let's
I
continue
almost
our
walked
chat
off the
here.
wrong direction.
Okay, so do you have any ideas on how we can investigate the sages, Nahida? Actually, I've already done a little bit of work on that. But for now, I want to hear your thoughts.
I mean, we could. Ooh, we could do a little bit of kidnapping. We could do a little possession. We could do possession of a. Not gonna finish that sentence. You know what? Let's do some
We're in the
kidnapping.
dark as of now. Since we still don't know anything about their goals, any rash move could tip them off and lead to terrible consequences. After all, every person in Sumeru City is one of their hostages.
All right, fine.
I've already tried that, but all the key members
Oh,
of the
no.
Academia, even the core of 30 guards, intentionally avoid wearing their Akasha terminals. It seems that
Oh,
from the very
no.
beginning, they've been guarding against info leaks from the Akasha. Of course, it could also be because they're wary of me.
Have you already caught the sage's attention?
I'm guessing not yet, but distrusting me would make perfect sense if they've ever paid attention to the urban legends about me. In any case, I probably can't take over their minds directly.
What about possessing a minor?
No way, that's too risky.
You mean
Yeah.
it'd be too
Yep.
easy to get caught?
Yup.
No, it's not
Yep.
that. We
No, it's
shouldn't involve
definitely that.
innocent students in this. A single mistake could completely ruin their lives. Doing that would be ignoring the safety of my people for my own selfish goals. How is that any different from what the sages are doing?
That's a good point.
I'm sorry,
Spoken
Chad.
like the god
They
of
put
Sumeru.
it there for me. I had to make the joke.
Are we really out of ideas? Nahida, you're super smart, so you already have something in mind, right? Don't keep us in suspense. Spill the beans already.
According to a popular theory from the Vahumana Darshan of the Academia, rejecting impractical motions at the beginning of a planning session will give more weight to the actual proposal.
Okay, but aren't you the god of wisdom? You don't have to use that kind of gimmick to make us take your ideas seriously.
Well, I've been thinking that if I can't directly possess the leaders, and if I can't get ordinary people involved, then I should find someone who's already involved, but hasn't decided to side with the sages.
You're saying we should recruit a spy? That does sound like it could work. Oh, before coming back, we met someone named Alhaitham. He seems like he acts alone, and he likes doing stuff behind the Academia's back. They probably aren't in cahoots.
Actually, I already have someone in mind. Do you still remember that female scholar named Sataria?
Sataria. Paimon remembers now. Isn't she the one who's always trailing behind the Grand Sage of the Academia? We ran into her basically every time the Subzerus Festival repeated itself.
Yeah.
You could even say we're old enemies by now. Paimon
She's
still
a
remembers the smug and
foot
mean
kisser.
way she always spoke to Nilu.
I've always liked observing all kinds of people, and Sataria has always stood out from the crowd. She was born in the desert and was hailed as their greatest genius. Her academic gifts allowed her special admission into the Academia, and also gave her the opportunity to serve as the sage's assistant.
Oh, Paimon didn't know she was from the desert. She must be pretty special then. Paimon feels like most of the desert dwellers around the city are working as mercenaries.
The name Sataria means star. When she lived in the desert, she shone like the brightest star in the night sky. Later on, she was chosen by the sun. The star was given a place in the daytime sky to complement the sun's dazzling light. Soon after, the star witnessed the sun scorching the earth, which brought forth many disasters. The star began to waver. Instead of staying beside such a sun, wouldn't it be better to return and light up part of the night sky? But in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with her shame, the star buried her guilt and closed her eyes.
From the sound of it, Sataria's just hung up on the research opportunities here. But she doesn't really support the academia. She still feels guilty about not doing more for the desert, right? She's just running away from her problems.
Indeed. When they are presented with complex moral issues, many people will simply plug their ears and go with the flow until the problem can't be fixed anymore. She's suppressing a lot of guilt, but before she realized it, she had already become the sage's accomplice. She can't deny her part in their schemes anymore. Right. We must somehow make her face her problems again. That way, not only can we get useful intel from her, but she can also use it as an opportunity to redeem herself. From my past observations, Sataria will take a day off from the academia every 10 days to do some shopping in the city. Tomorrow afternoon just happens to be a shopping day for her. That'll be our chance. To prepare, let's go check out some of her favorite spots and have a quick chat with a few of the vendors there.
And by chat, you mean possession.
This should be Sataria's favorite fortune-telling spot.
So should we ask the fortune teller about Sataria?
No, I already have enough information on Sataria. The most important thing now is for you to pay attention to the vendor's talking style and key characteristics.
Talking style and key characteristics?
My poor lost lambs, have you become troubled over your fates? The divine voice of wisdom often echoes between mine ears. If thou be blessed today by the gods, I may be able to show you the way.
Huh? Really? Nahida, you've been whispering things to her?
Shh! My friend here has some doubts regarding her future. Can we get a fortune reading for her?
Of course, of course. In that case... It would seem that Harut and Marut are quite wary of you. Perhaps, at some time in the past, you have somehow offended the gods.
Only mocking the god of Animo, questioning the lord of Geo's financial savviness, and brawling with the god of Electro. Do those count?
Oh, nothing. Go on, pick an aspect for her to divine.
I mean, that's actually kind of funny and true. You know what? I'm closing my eyes. I'm spamming down. Whatever it lands on, I'm not even counting anymore, so I don't know if I'm on the bottom or the top. Stop. I'm just gonna push the button without even looking.
Prospects. No problem
health.
at all.
Cool.
The gods have spoken. The truth shall be revealed. Your life shall continue on for many tens of thousands of years? Impossible. Harut, Marut, did you two spoil my divination? I've never read a fortune so absurd.
I mean,
Actually, Paimon thinks this is probably the most accurate fortune telling you've ever done.
I admit that the orientation of today's celestial matrix is suboptimal. As such, there will be no charge.
Is that so? Well, that can't be helped.
If you were to bring some food offerings for Heart and Mart on your next visit, perhaps they could help you reverse the wheels of fate.
funny because later on we got a thing called the Loom of Fate that we had to go find. Where'd you go? Oh, talk to this guy.
Is this another one of Sataria's favorite stalls?
Yep, it belongs to a king. His father helped Sataria a lot when she first moved to Samari City, so she still comes by whenever she has time. When I start talking with him, listen carefully to the details of our conversation.
Will this be on a quiz?
Ah, dear customers, would you like to look at some pottery?
We caught wind of
Pot?
your great craftsmanship, so
Tree?
we specifically came to take a look.
Oh, I recognize you. Aren't you Miss Catherine from the Adventurers Guild? Sounds like I'm in for some big business.
Speaking of, where did you learn this trade?
I suppose you could say it all started with my dad. He's a mason by trade, but I picked up an interest in clay while apprenticing for him. After that, I began making pottery by myself in secret, and I simply changed trades when my works turned out well. Although it's a pity that I'm no longer making much use of the knowledge provided to me by the Akasha.
That's nice. You're making a living doing something you love.
So is your father still working as a mason?
Oh no, not anymore. A few years back, he fell from a roof and broke his leg. Since he had already saved enough Mora over all these years, he's just enjoying the retired life in Port Ormos nowadays.
I see. We wish him peace and happiness in his retirement. I'll have someone in charge of logistics at the guild come by another day for some goods. We'll leave you to it. Take care now.
No problem. Rest easy, all our goods are sure to meet your every need.
Okay.
This should be our final stop. Sataria's always thinking of this restaurant when she's working at the academia, so she always comes by whenever she's out in the city.
Nahida, you've really thought of everything.
It's my duty to protect Samari's citizens, after all.
Hi there. I feel like I've seen you down by the docks before.
Huh? Sorry, I don't quite remember.
If I recall, you were having a discussion with someone about shipbuilding at the time.
Ah, that's right! I've always been really interested in feats of marine engineering. After all, I grew up in Liyue Harbor and spent my entire childhood staring at the ships going in and out of the port. I came to Sumeru to study, but failed to make it into the academia due to my lack of talent. But I'm still discussing all kinds of problems with different scholars, and I'm continuing to study and perform research from the restaurant's basement. I'm sure I'll get to the academia after their next round of exams.
What an
Good
admirable
confidence.
spirit for learning. Amazing.
Sure, but you'll find hardworking people wherever you go.
So this restaurant has a
Shut
basement
up,
as
Emma.
well? Huh. First I've heard of it.
That's right. It's not usually open to patrons. Most of the time, employees use it for breaks or to hold private events.
I see. Guess that makes sense. Well, good luck with your studies, Miss Chishan.
Wouldn't I?
Thank you so much. As long as I can make it into the academia as an official student, I'll be happy.
Did she ever say her name? I don't think she ever said her name. Anyway,
familiar faces should be enough for Sataria.
What's the point of all the information we've collected? Nahida, you still haven't told us how you're planning to make Sataria face her problems.
Sataria is already used to avoiding her problems, so we must find a way to break through her usual sensibilities. I remember you mentioned that the Eremites in Port Ormuz are all making a fuss about the upcoming resurrection of King Deshret. Although it's all just a boatload of nonsense, the fate of her homeland may turn out to be Sataria's soft spot.
Oh, Paimon gets it now! You want to take advantage of the guilt Sataria feels about her homeland. Although she knows she should return home to help the people of the desert, all she's done is conspire with the sages.
Yeah.
So, how do we set that up?
Well, King Deshret is long gone, and Sataria is also too smart to fall for any simple tricks. If we simply engaged her under the guise of King Deshret's believers, she would definitely be wary of us, and we may not get anywhere. But if we were to borrow some of her close acquaintances to talk with her, her reaction would probably be very different.
So, you mean you're going to possess those people we just talked to?
Yep. Possess them through the Akasha. Imply they've already converted to the faith of King Deshret, and then convey our made-up will of King Deshret. As long as everything goes smoothly, we'll get through to Sataria for sure. She'll never guess that we had anything to do with it.
Ah, so that's how you're going to use all the info we collected on these people. It's so that you won't slip up and break form. Possessing them will only work if you can manage to pass off as them.
Exactly. So, best of luck with impersonating them.
Huh?
Best of luck? But we don't know how to possess anyone.
That's no problem at all. I'll just share all their senses with you once I've possessed them. As long as you're also wearing an Akasha terminal, the effect will basically be as if you've possessed them yourself.
Huh.
So body
That is
swapping.
pretty
Cool.
convenient. But why does she have to do this? Can't you do it yourself?
Although I've been observing humans for a while, I've never been good at imitating them.
You're not wrong. It's always been painfully obvious whenever you try to pass as Catherine.
If it was at all possible, I would have preferred to leave these people alone. But seeing how things are now, I probably should just accept it and push on.
Yeah, don't beat yourself up over it. We're only doing this to help everyone, and we'll only be borrowing them for a little while anyway.
Alright, then let's give it a go tomorrow afternoon.
Tomorrow. Oh, excuse me. Let's see, a little 12 o'clock, and there. Fuck it. I don't care. Bum bum dum bum. Boom 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 boom. Hey.
Oh, here she comes. Sataria's here.
Let's quietly follow her. Once she starts talking to her acquaintances, we'll find a safe spot to begin possessing them. As for how we'll sway her to our side, I'll leave that to you. I trust you'll know what to say.
I'll be real with you, I wasn't paying much attention yesterday.
I'm kind of nervous. Okay, let's go. Looks like they've already started talking. Let's find a hiding spot and get started.
This is very hidden. Yeah, 100%. I just used long sense on the... What?
That's right. You really can't force anything when it comes to love. And besides, everyone around me has a very different background and outlook. Are you still listening to me, Nabia?
Oh, of course I'm listening. You were talking about troubles with your love life, right? I heard everything you said.
Okay then. You just seemed a little distracted for a moment there.
Hush, cat.
Strange.
Go away, I'll give you some
Your
catnip.
cats seem pretty worked up. Is something wrong? I always thought they were
need some
quiet,
catnip.
happy kitties. Oh, what are their names again? Ah, that's right. They are just little darlings, aren't they? Harut and Marut.
So, which fortune do you want me to read for you today? You must have come for another echo of the divine voice of wisdom.
I'd like to get another reading on my love prospects, but to be perfectly honest with you, I feel like I've been a real mess recently.
A mess?
Bet you have been.
Well, could you do a reading on how long it'll take me to finish my current project at work? I really just want to get it over with.
I hear you. No
Colin, your
problem
big
at all.
ass head.
The gods will reveal the truth. The gods are asking, Sitaria, why haven't you gone home?
Why haven't I gone home? Do the gods really know everything I've been thinking about?
Sitaria, why don't you just go home? It's a demand now instead of a question. Oh, the gods seem to be truly upset.
I'm sorry. I know I failed the gods. Please pass on my most sincere apologies and ask for their divine forgiveness. And if I may ask, Nabia, is there a specific god who's speaking to you right now?
What an inconsiderate and naive question. The god who is speaking to me is, of course, the wisest and mightiest of all, King Deshret.
King Deshret? No wonder he would make such a demand of me. Wait a second. King Deshret passed away a long time ago. Even though news of
Are
King
you
Deshret's
sure?
resurrection has been spreading like wildfire, it's all just a misinformation campaign from the academia. How can King Deshret still exist in real life?
What insolence! I am King Deshret's most loyal believer. Do you wish to refute his voice of wisdom?
Oh, no. As a child of the desert, I am only reveling in his power upon learning that his divine glory has touched even this city. I will think very carefully about his demand of me. I'm sorry. I must go now.
Wait!
They went invisible.
Whoa! She just ran off in a hurry. She looked pretty upset, too.
Well done. Sitaria didn't seem to suspect anything amiss. To have something she's been trying desperately to avoid show up out of nowhere and berate her, that must have shaken her to the core.
The girl's like, what the fuck just happened?
Nahida, it seems like you understand human emotions really well after all.
All I know are some abstract Harabatot theories. And in any case, my time with you has shown a lot of them to be utterly useless. I'm still trying to make sense of everything. Anyway, enough of that. Let's hurry and catch up to Sitaria.
She's out of Keem's now, right on cue. Let's get ready to possess him right away.
It's okay. I just got caught up in something. Oh, actually, didn't you ask me to help you look for work? What kind of work were you looking for again? Oh, right. Your old man's craft. How could I forget? Speaking of, how's he doing? Is he feeling any better?
Fuck. I think it's walking.
That's good to hear. I've been thinking a lot about him. If I could get some more time off, I'd love to pay him a visit. Actually, while we're talking about him, is he still living in Port Ormos?
Yeah, he's been retired there for a while.
If you could find the time, please write him a letter. Let him know that recently, faith in King Deshret has taken root in Port Ormos and has begun to spread across Sumeru. He has a quick temper and has always been a devout follower of the Dendro Archon. I don't want him to get into a fight with those King Deshret believers because of a difference in beliefs.
Oh? So, who are you siding with in all of this? The Academia, or King Deshret?
Yeah, answer the question.
I'm so jealous of you. You were born a child of the desert, yet you chose to betray King Deshret, and now you spend all your time with those crooks from the Academia.
Akeem, you don't mean you've also become a believer of King Deshret?
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise King Deshret? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
Can't pick a side? Me?
Yeah.
Whoa. Paimon had no idea you'd be so good at this. You really zeroed in on the issue and put it right in front of her. It might feel a bit overwhelming for Sataria. But once
I'm about to
everything
make
is
this
over,
bitch go through a
I'll be sure to
psychotic
pay her a
breakdown.
visit to her mind and explain everything. Anyway, let's keep going.
She about to have a psychotic break. Oh, what the? The hell? They spawn you right here. This is an awful spot to spawn you at.
So, Shishan, have you noticed anything weird in the city lately? Like, as if someone was trying to preach to you about something?
Oh, right. Speaking of strange things, I celebrated the Sub-Zerus festival so many times that I lost count. That was really weird.
Wait, how could you be aware of that? That should be impossible.